Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Sanjeev from Government College Rajahmundry, India. In this video, I'm going to discuss about linearity, additivity properties and superposition principle in physics. So this linearity in calculus, a linear function can be defined as a function whose graph is a straight line. Simple form of that straight line is f of x is ax plus b, where a is the slope of the line which is a constant and b is the y-intercept. So if we have more number of independent variables, then we can represent that function as a function of those variables, like a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus some ak xk plus b. So in algebra, this linear function preserves the vector addition and scalar multiplication. So any variable that fulfills the properties of this vector addition and scalar multiplication are called linear functions. So f of x plus y, if we can write it as f of x plus f of y instead of those cross terms, then it is called a linear function. So in total, the test for linearity for any function can be written as if f of ax plus by is equal to a into f of x plus b into f of y, then that function is called linear function. Coming to the differential equations, a linear function can be written as a polynomial with differential terms. So a0x in y plus a1x into y dash, where y dash is dy by dx, a2 d square over dx square plus etc. This kind of function is called linear is equal to 0. This kind of function is called linear differential equation. And if and here in this case, these terms, the constant terms that depend on x, need not be linear. Next, coming to mechanics, Newton mechanics, all the parameters in linear motion and circular motion are additive, means we can add them directly. Even the gravitational fields and forces are additive. So if a body is in equilibrium, net force acting on it is 0. Sum over Fi is 0, that is F1 plus F2 plus F3 so on is equal to 0. So here the forces are added linearly, and if some frictional force is also considered, to some extent frictional force also adds in linear terms, and in some special cases frictional force may come as a non-linear term. And all pseudo vectors that come in rotatory motion, like angular momentum, torque, etc., are linear in nature, so they add linearly. And in fluid dynamics, Newtonian fluids are linear, where stress at every point of the flow is linearly related to the strain. And in Lagrangian dynamics, holonomic constraints are linear and non-holonomic constraints are non-linear. So if a particle is on a sphere, the corresponding holonomic constant is x square plus y square plus z square is equal to r square. So this is a linear equation, whereas the constraint for the particle within a sphere is non-holonomic. It can be represented as x square plus y square plus z square is less than or equal to r square. And coming to Einstein's special theory of relativity and Lorentz transformations, these are all linear, whereas general theory of relativity is non-linear. Coming to thermodynamics, equilibrium thermodynamics is a linear theory, where volume, energy, entropy, etc. add up linearly. And non-equilibrium thermodynamics are non-linear sometimes. In non-equilibrium thermodynamics, time factor also comes into picture, like rate of equations, rate of reactions, etc. And in thermodynamics, we come across these terms, extensive and intensive parameters. So the parameters which rise with an increase in the size of the system are called extensive parameters, whereas intensive parameters does not change with an increment in size of the system. So example for extensive parameters are volume, energy, mass, etc. And for intensive parameters, temperature, energy, etc. are the intensive parameters. And in electricity, we may come across some systems where the parameters are neither intensive and nor extensive. We'll see that in the next slide. So in electricity and magnetism, the basic Kirchhoff laws and superposition theorems are linear theories. And in series circuit, voltages are extensive parameters, they add up linearly, and current is constant. So current is an intensive parameter. In parallel circuits, current is an extensive parameter, they add up linearly, and voltage is an intensive parameter. And net resistance in series circuit is an extensive parameter, whereas net resistance in parallel circuit is less than the actual resistances or individual resistances. So that is neither an extensive parameter nor an intensive parameter. Maxwell equations in free space and vacuum are linear, and material medium they are non-linear. Diode equation, coming to electronics, these diode equations are non-linear, whereas current equations in resistance are linear. And field theory, coming to field theory, and these non-relativistic and relativistic field theories are linear theories. And wherever we have oscillations that involve a large deviation from equilibrium position, like harmonic oscillations are linear theories. And whereas enharmonic oscillations, where the equilibrium position also displaces, that means at equilibrium also force is non-zero, or sometimes even if at equilibrium force is zero, the higher order terms displace the particle from mean position. I mean, if the entire system involves very large deviations from mean position, equilibrium position, then we may require non-linear terms to describe such kind of systems. And in optics, interference, diffraction, etc. are the linear theories, where we add two waves like this, a1 sin omega t plus a2 sin omega t. And Raman effect is a linear effect, whereas higher order Raman terms like hyper Raman effect, stimulator Raman effect are non-linear effects. And coming to lasers, self-focusing is a non-linear effect. In self-focusing, actually, because of the high intensity of the electromagnetic radiation or light rays, the electric field alters the refractive index of the medium, because refractive index is a function of permeability and permittivity. So high intensity light rays affect the refractive index of the medium, and they increase the refractive index of the medium, so the light rays bend more and more and they focus. And once they start focusing, the intensity increases further and further, and the process results in a cyclic process, and finally the system destroys. This is called the self-focusing effect in laser systems. And in quantum mechanics, Basically, quantum mechanics is a linear theory where wave functions add linearly. When the Schrodinger equation is a differential equation, that is a linear equation, and perturbations, all the small disturbances that we take into account are the nonlinear terms in quantum mechanics. And Green's function theory expresses the nonlinear effects like scattering in terms of the linear functions, linear terms, and for that purpose, they take the help of complex numbers. And in mathematical physics, Fourier series, Fourier transformations, and Laplace transformations are the linear theories. And in total, this linearity is a fundamental approximation in physics, and majority of the real life systems are actually nonlinear. So we may come across this superposition principle and linear approximation in majority of the physics concepts. Thank you.